Hi everybody and welcome. Today we're going to discuss how to go to our district-wide grade level forum right through our Google Drive. Now, you may have received a link to the forum and you can always use the link to just navigate right to the forum. This is the one for grade 3. But if you can't remember the link or you're away from your place where you have the link, let's go to it through our drive. So let's go into our drive. And let's look at the top black bar. It has all the different Google environments, right? Our Google Calendar, our Google Drive, our Google Mail. And there's one called Google Sites. Now, you've all become co-authors of this Google site because I've shared it with you. So if you go to Google Sites, by clicking here, you will see that you have your grade level forum as one of your sites. Now, this is actually a great place for you to go and create your own sites, but we'll talk about that later. We can launch our forum from here. Hey, for some reason, for some people, they might not see the word sites on their bar here. And if you don't, go to more, and then go to even more. And it's actually a great thing to explore at some point if you like. And then scroll down, and I think it's on the right. On the right, we'll see Google Sites, and you can launch it from there. So either way, you can launch it from the black bar, or you can launch it through going through even more. Once you get to your sites, you can just launch from there. Great, so once you arrive here at our Natomas Unified School District grade level forum, you can see a few features. Number one, you can see that it's broken down by ELA and math. And you can see by clicking these triangles, you can get to different units for each area. I like to keep the triangles closed to keep it nice and clean. You can see that if we click on any of these, there are hyperlinks to different pages. And we go to the Unit 1 ELA page, you can see a sub-tab for each lesson. So this is a beta test. We're trying to see what works best. Should we just have a Unit 1 page so all of our comments will come out one place? Or should we break it down by lesson so that we keep our comments focused per lesson? We'll get some feedback over the next couple months to see what works best. Let's go take a look at a lesson here. So I've gone to a grade 3 ELA Unit 1 Lesson 1 page, and there's nothing here, and there's no comments, and it says you do not have permission to add comments. What? I thought that John said he shared this with us. Okay, here's a little link down here I want you to see. It says sign in. So I don't want the whole world to have the opportunity to leave comments in our district forum. I mean, we just don't want that. I just want you to be able to get onto our district-wide forum. So remember to sign in right here. If you're not currently signed in, it'll ask you to sign in. And then you can click here, and it'll take you over to your regular sign-in. Okay, well, I can see I'm signed in now because no longer does it say sign in here. It says recent site activity. And also, I can see my face right here and my name right here. And what this forum is asking is, hey, John, do you want to add a comment right here or a file, share a link, or move some things into folders? I have the right to do this because I'm now signed in to a site that I'm a collaborator on. And you can see that you're signed in because you have the ability to edit and add new pages up here, which we'll talk about later. So what can we do now that we're at the 3rd grade ELA Unit 1 Lesson 1 page? Well, we can add a comment. So we can add a comment here and say, team, I found a great resource to teach opening day jitters. Is that the name of that book? I think it is. And then I'll just click comment. Now what's neat is as I've left this comment here, anyone who's subscribed to this site, and I'll talk about that in a moment, has just received an email that says, hey, John Ike made a comment on the forum. Now, if all of us subscribe to this site, we'll all know when we make comments on here, which is great. So I just said that I found a great resource, but I didn't put any information about that resource. I'm going to add that here. So let's say I found a great resource, and that resource is a worksheet. Let's add that worksheet by clicking on Add a File. Maybe that file is on my desktop. Maybe it's called NHS Logo Small, which we know is actually a logo that I was using for building a website, but let's pretend. So now there it is on our district-wide forum in Grade 3 ELA Unit 1 Lesson 1. I've added a file here, and it's NUSD logo small, right? And I've left a comment here about it. If I want to, I can go back and edit that comment. Because I think anytime we leave a resource, we should probably start our comment with the title of the resource. NUSD logo small. That way everybody knows that I left that resource there and I'm making a comment about it here. Save. It's also a great idea to know that this little triangle here will allow you to edit and delete your own comments. It also allows you to link to this comment we'll talk about later. So great. I've added a resource and I've added a comment about my resource. Let's say you log in because you saw an email that said I'd left a resource. You log into the forum and you go, oh, look at that. You open it up and you view it. Maybe you download it because you want to use it, and that's great. Maybe you want to reply to this comment that I made. You can just click reply and say, John, I used the worksheet and I added a heading that I think you'll like. So you've just improved upon my work. You've responded to my original thread, and if you want to add your new resource, you can just add it right up there, and it would fall right under here, and then John would know that you added something. It'd be awesome. The other thing you could do is add a link. So let's say you found a great website for the opening day jitters exercise or for another exercise. Add a link. It says add a file from the web, paste the URL. So let's say it's at YouTube. And the text to display is opening day jitters video interview. Maybe interview the author. And then a link description. This is a video interview with the author. Great. So I found a great resource. I added it. Now it lives right here. Great. So I can go back down here and make another comment or add a brand new comment about this new resource I added. And if I use the name Opening Day Jitters interview or video interview in my comment, everyone will know that that is associated with that. So I told you that every time a new resource or new comment is made on the forum, you could have it email you. If you only wanted to subscribe to one page, if you're only interested in getting emails from lesson one, then this button would be useful. I think there's a better way to do it. Since you're all collaborators on this grade level forum, you have the right to use these buttons up here. Now I'm going to show you what I'd like you to use these buttons for, and then after that, I'd like you to never use those buttons again, because this is how you would add new pages to the website and how you create new content on the website. And we don't want everybody changing the website. We want everybody just using the functionality of the links we've already put in. But one thing I would like you to do is I'd like you to follow these instructions. So I would like you to go up to the word more, click on it, scroll down to subscribe to site changes and click on that. Now, whenever someone adds a comment, because you clicked that, you are now going to get an email that says, hey, somebody updated the forum. It's a great feature. And if at some point it starts driving you nuts, you can come back to more and just click unsubscribe. Okay. So there's just one more step to making sure your email comes to the right inbox, and that is by telling the grade level forum where to send your emails. So it's obviously a Google site, so it's going to want to send it to your Google Mail. Well, you may not want your email going to your Google Mail, so let's go back to the black bar in our Google Drive, and let's log into our mail, and then let's say to our mail, hey, Google Mail, anytime you get a email, just forward it to my Natomas email. So we're going to go to settings, and there's a lot of settings you can adjust. But we're going to go to the one at the top here called forwarding and pop IMAP. And this is the simple way of doing this. You're going to go to forwarding. You're going to say forward a copy of incoming mail to, and then put your natomas.k12.ca.us account. Don't put mine, please put yours. That way, every time you get a email sent to your Gmail account, like from the forum, it's going to automatically forward a copy to your natomas.k12.ca.us account, and then it'll pop up in your regular Outlook. The other setting is you could keep a copy in this Gmail box, or you could delete the copy from this Gmail box. I like to keep a copy in this inbox and send one there. And if you want to send another forwarding address, maybe you have another email that you just love to read, you add another forwarding address right there. Okay, that should help you get all of your emails from our forum. Okay, the last thing I'd like to show you is a feature that's near and dear to my heart, and it's the feedback form. I would like to hear from you often about things that you like or things you don't like, things that you need help with, and I've created this form here off of our forum for you to give feedback to. I'll give you an example. In English, we broke down the units by lesson. There's 16 lessons in Unit 1. Versus math, we broke down the units simply by unit because there's already so many units. If you have an opinion on which way you like better, use the feedback form. Or if you're finding that too many things are getting cluttered in a certain area and you want to figure out how to move them around or how to make things better, use the feedback form. Any feedback you have for the forum, go ahead and use the feedback form right here. This is an anonymous form. Now you can enter your name here so I know who you are, but I wanted this to be one of those situations where you could say, hey, John, this is a disaster. I don't like this portion of the forum. I just want to give you that feedback anonymously, and you could submit. So feel free to use this form anonymously. Just, maybe be nice when you do so. Okay, so once you hit submit, your suggestion, your question, or your feedback will be sent here. And again, if there's questions to be answered, I will make sure those questions get answered and posted back to our resource guide.